My dad bought me a cheap, broken laptop that smelled weird. He found out the seller was trying to scam him, and posted evidence on Facebook. Then, her boyfriend saw the photos, dumped her, and her friends all stopped talking to her. This happened a few years ago on Facebook, not the marketplace, but a group where people buy and sell stuff. My dad told me the story a while back when I asked about a birthday present that had disappeared. It had been a mystery to me why it vanished, and my dad finally told me what really happened. I was about 13 then, and super into Minecraft. My dad and I played a lot on our Xbox 360. I was doing well in school, so my dad thought it was time to switch to a computer. But we didn't have much money. We needed a cheap laptop. We found a deal from a girl my dad knew from his work as a DJ. He called her Spaghetti Girl, but I'll call her that too, because I can't remember her real name. She was selling a lot of stuff because she was moving in with her boyfriend. She was selling a cheap laptop, the kind of laptop that had been around for a while. It was beat up and scuffed. The girl said one of the ports on the laptop didn't work. But other than that, she said it was in good shape. It was only $54, and my dad thought it would be a great gift for me for my birthday. My dad had to wait for his paycheck to get the money, so he contacted Spaghetti Girl. They planned for him to pick up the laptop. He told me he went to the spot where he was supposed to meet her, but she wasn't there. Later, Spaghetti Girl called my dad and told him that her boyfriend was working on wiping the hard drive because she didn't trust my dad. She said she thought he might steal information from the laptop. My dad was like, "I wouldn't look at anything on your computer, and besides, I'm really good with computers. I can help you out." But she insisted that her boyfriend was some kind of hacker for the CIA, and she didn't want him to see any personal stuff on the laptop. Really? My dad thought, a CIA hacker with a name like Hans Huber? My dad knew it was kind of a strange name for a CIA agent. He waited a whole week before he could pick up the laptop. He was excited. He had been looking forward to getting a new computer to play Minecraft. But when they got home and plugged the laptop in, it wouldn't turn on. The laptop was dead, the battery was dead, and when my dad opened it up, it smelled like coffee, smoke, and something else. It smelled like an old, dirty, forgotten room. I was so excited to finally get my computer and cried that night. My dad contacted Spaghetti Girl right away. She got really upset and blamed my dad for breaking the laptop. She also wanted $10 for the bag it came in. My dad was calm on the outside, but he was really upset. He was mad that he was blamed, and that he spent $54 on a broken laptop that smelled weird. He locked himself in his office for hours, and told us to stay out of the room. He knew something was fishy and he wanted to look at the laptop more closely. My dad's job was managing the computers and networks for a big company. He was actually a real expert in computers, and he even taught classes at the local college. He was pretty good at finding information, and he thought he could figure out what was going on with the laptop. He took a closer look at the hard drive to see if he could find any proof that the laptop had worked recently. My dad was convinced that the laptop was broken, but he wanted proof that it had been working before he gave it to him. Turns out, hacker Hans had only formatted the drive. He had wiped away all of the files. But my dad had some special tricks to recover files that had been wiped, and he could also see if the computer had been used recently. My dad knew if the hard drive was used recently, there would be some files that would indicate that. Turns out, the hard drive hadn't been used in months. The last files on the hard drive were really old, from a half-year ago. The hard drive hadn't been turned on since then, and he discovered something else really weird. The laptop's hard drive didn't have the usual dirty bit indicator. The dirty bit lets a computer know if it needs to be saved. The lack of a dirty bit meant that the laptop hadn't been properly shut down, which could mean it hadn't been used in a very long time. The laptop didn't work at all. My dad had a hunch that hacker Hans didn't even try to wipe the drive properly. He might have just bought the laptop, plugged it in, wiped the hard drive, put it back together, and then sold it. Hacker Hans hadn't tried to be too clever. But my dad figured out that hacker Hans was just a random dude who was trying to scam people. My dad also found some pictures that Spaghetti Girl had forgotten to wipe. There was one picture of a nice-looking older man holding a guitar. He looked really kind. The picture was like a faded photo. It looked like it was taken a really long time ago. My dad found other pictures in the files. There were pictures from the nightclub where he met Spaghetti Girl. I could hear my dad laughing, but he wouldn't let me in the room. He had a mischievous smile. He found some really funny pictures of Spaghetti Girl. The pictures showed Spaghetti Girl holding a big mound of spaghetti, which looked like it was covering up her bee rests. The spaghetti was perfectly shaped in a circle, and the sauce in the middle covered her neatness. It was a really weird image. There was sauce all over the plate and on her clothes. She looked a mess. Her boyfriend, Hacker Hans, was standing next to her, holding a pair of chopsticks. It was really strange. I mean, who eats spaghetti with chopsticks? Spaghetti Girl looked really happy and she smiled at the camera. She was really showing off her body. My dad felt a little uncomfortable looking at the pictures. I felt a little bit embarrassed for Spaghetti Girl because I thought she must have been really dumb to take these pictures. It seemed like something she would want to hide, not share. And it was even weirder because she paid someone to take these pictures. She must have been pretty confident in herself. My dad tried to get his money back from Spaghetti Girl, but she went crazy. She started posting things on Facebook about my dad trying to blackmail her. She said he wanted to extort her. She wrote that my dad was sending her nasty messages. She even said that her boyfriend was going to hack him. She said that her boyfriend was a hacker, and that he would make sure my dad would never have a computer again. But it seemed like she was just a bad liar, because her stories weren't believable at all. And Hacker Hans was nowhere to be seen. Spaghetti Girl sent my dad a bunch of nasty messages, too. She told him to shut up about the laptop, give her the $10, and that if he didn't, she was going to tell everyone he tried to rape her. She really hated my dad. My dad was scared, so he shut down his Facebook account and went off the internet for a while. He saved all the messages Spaghetti Girl sent, so he could prove that she was the one lying, and that he was just trying to get his money back for the broken laptop. He really had no choice. After a few months, my dad felt a little braver, and he decided to start using Facebook again. He created a new Facebook account, and he was really careful about what he posted. He didn't post any information about his job, and he was careful about what he said in case Spaghetti Girl was still looking for him online. He even joined a group for former employees of the nightclub. A lot of people were in the group, including a bunch of DJs from that nightclub and their old friends. My dad said he was just hanging out in the group when he saw Spaghetti Girl post a message. Spaghetti Girl wrote that someone stole her laptop and that the thief was threatening to blackmail her with her personal photos and her computer files. She posted the message in the group asking everyone if they had any pictures from that night at the nightclub. My dad thought it was pretty funny that Spaghetti Girl was trying to blackmail someone, because she had tried to blackmail him, too. My dad couldn't help but mess with her a little. He wanted to show her how wrong she was. My dad wrote a message to Spaghetti Girl that said, "Hey Spaghetti Girl. Long time no see. I found some old pictures from that time, including pictures of you and your boyfriend at a pasta dinner. And some screenshots of our old chats. Do you want me to send them to you, or should I just post them here?" My dad had a smirk on his face when he wrote that message. Spaghetti Girl responded in the group, "Nah, just post them here." She must have been nervous about her secret pictures being posted online. She didn't want to try and block them. She had a feeling she couldn't control the situation. And my dad knew he had her in his pocket. So that's exactly what my dad did. He posted the pictures and all of the screenshots of their conversations. He also found the pictures of the old man with the guitar, Spaghetti Girl's dad. Spaghetti Girl was really upset. She got into trouble. A bunch of her friends saw her pictures, and they were furious that she was trying to blackmail my dad and that she tried to take advantage of people. Her boyfriend, Hacker Hans, saw the pictures too. He got angry when he saw the pictures. He had been out of touch with Spaghetti Girl, and he didn't know what was going on in her life. He saw the pictures of Spaghetti Girl at a table, holding a plate of spaghetti, and holding her shirt. Her hair was all messed up and her shirt was stained. He was so confused. He knew it was her because he could recognize a tattoo he paid for on her arm. And he could recognize her bedroom in the pictures. But Hacker Hans could tell that it was not his spaghetti in the pictures. Spaghetti Girl was hanging out with someone else. A lot of Spaghetti Girl's friends thought she was a bitch and stopped being friends with her. They even blocked her on Facebook. My dad was pretty happy to see that the group had blocked Spaghetti Girl, because she really was a bitch. It wasn't fair to her friends that she lied to them and stole their money. And it turned out that Spaghetti Girl was really bad at being a mom. When people saw the photos, they realized she was letting her kids use drugs, so she had to turn her kids over to child services. Spaghetti Girl really was a bad person. My dad was kind of happy that he outsmarted Spaghetti Girl, but he was also kind of sad for Spaghetti Girl's kids. They had done nothing wrong. I ended up getting a new computer. We sold the hard drive and RAM from the broken laptop for some money. We used that money to buy a used HP computer for me. It wasn't the best, but it was better than nothing. My dad bought me a really nice new computer for my 17th birthday. I still play Minecraft with him all the time. I'm really happy I have a dad who isn't afraid to stand up for himself, even when people try to lie about him. My dad is a hero.